So I promise you one thing, I will not make it long. So my name is Markus Glasser, I'm the Senior Vice President at EOS, and I have the happiness to be here and join the session together with our dear partner Norm. And I only would like to give you one last topic, and I would like to just give you the why. So why do you think what you heard now the last 2.5 hours makes sense? And if you invest in Turkey, does it make sense as well? And therefore I think the global perspective, how additive manufacturing on a global perspective, what kind of potential we see and what we have, that might be interesting. So to start with, what you can see here are the different type of technologies in regards of additive manufacturing. On the left-hand side, you see everything which is metal 3D printing, and the blue one is powder bed fusion, with the technology what we are using here in Turkey with EOS and Norm. And what you can see, and I will maybe go here better, what you can see here in the last year, from quarter 2 23 to quarter 1 24, it was 72.8% as an example, but you could see it is growing. Not much, but it is growing. The powder bed fusion as a technology is going up and is the dominant technology for metal 3D printing. If you look on the polymer side, so the orange one is again SLS, or powder-based fusion polymer. That means here you see also it's not the dominant because there are a lot of conventional technologies, extrusion, etc. But also here you see it's increasing. So first question, does it make sense? Yes, the technology is the right one. Yes, this technology can scale on a global scale, and by sure also Turkey. If you look now here, the overall 3D printing market potential. So 21, it was a potential of $7 billion. We expect now 2030 a $26 billion market. And then probably it's not here. Let me see. No, it's not here. Sorry. And 2045, that's I'm missing on this slide here. It's a $650 billion potential. So there you see there's a lot of things what we can achieve together, we just have to do it right. And why do we believe, and why does the global market believe we are doing right? Because every company has to force the innovation radically. So we have to, it's shorter cycles, shorter, so you cannot do it all conventional. You need to use new technologies, and one new technology is metal 3D printing or polymer 3D printing. And you can see this here, when you, in the earlier days, you developed the phone until it was, at the end, really fully developed. It took a long time. If you go now to the latest times, so tablets and these things are very fast innovated, so it goes very fast up. And in order to be competitive, you need to really think how can you quick develop and bring new products to the market. And maybe this slide, by sure you have seen it, but just to bring you here, and I also started very early at EOS. I had the chance to be in the fantastic and super big, fancy period where everybody was 3D printing, cool, we believed it goes to the moon. Then we saw, well, the expectation was maybe a bit too high, so then we had to learning. So of course then the people said, well, where can we use 3D printing? Then we went down to the visualization. But now we are here now with our 3D printing, let's say the enterprise 3D printing, so the more the industrial part, where we found the way, the industry found the way. There are a lot of applications, a lot of companies who are doing successful using the technology, and that is now the time where we can grow without having too many illusions and too many expectations which might be not be fulfilled. So that's also very promising and saying, okay, yes, we're on the right way, the industry is on the right way. And on a global scale, there are a lot of topics why it doesn't grow faster, why it did not grow faster, where it is now the organization is not ready. Maybe some companies said, why shall I invest in 3D printing? I've done 20 years differently, why shall I do it? And so there's a lot of education behind. Then there is design know-how what we have to do. So a lot of these things, which you might have heard today before, are important to consider how to tackle these and how can we move forward. And just 2 slides, and I promise you I don't talk too long. How can we untape this huge potential what I've shown in the beginning with 721 or $650 billion potential? On the one hand side, I think when we look on the technology, when I started quite a long time ago at EOS, 28 years ago, it was just I sell a machine with the material, that's it. So you use the machine, you did your own exploration of markets, industries, and also applications. But if you look today, it is really down basically on the application, on the part. So now we understand which part is interesting, which parts we want to produce, and if it's now, as I said before, an eyewear part, like this one from Umavo, we need to understand what it does mean for design, what does it mean from the printing, what kind of parameter, how is the post-processing doing, until the frame, as it is now here, is finally ready. So it's really down to the part where we explore solutions, and then we are good to offer the customers a solution which can be right away work, and right away you can earn money, and right away you can do production. But as said before, I don't need to think about this if the education is not done. And I think I assume you have talked about it, so education, design, people, that's very much key to be successful. Then also depending on the industry, certification, validation, if you want to work with defense, if you want to work with aerospace, these industries, you need to understand the process, you need to understand and help them to certify the product. And again, here we need then the consultancies, the expert like Aiden here, which can help you to make this happen, that you have a certified or validated process which fulfills the requirements of your industry, and then you can use the technology. So that's one part. And the second one is also clear. Productivity increase, I'm sure is given, it has to be done. But the same one, faster time to market, as I said before, due to this innovation speed which is going up and forward, having flexible production areas so that we are very close to decentralized production, what you have heard for sure also today, that we push this forward. And then from our side, and this is also what Sean Kelly just said before, product customization is super important. If you have a certain application, it might be you need a certain customized material, it might be you need a certain customized technology. And this is what we at EOS do very much focus. We have even companies just focusing on this customization, and that's a big value for being successful with customized solutions. Sustainability, by sure was also said, it's more and more becoming important now on customer side. And then if you go through all these topics, I think then we can show the customer high value and why it is good and the right time to invest in the technology and in 3D printing. And last slide, just to bring it together, the 3 elements, repeatability, reliability, and responsibility are core pillars to grow additive manufacturing globally, so that we know we have always the same process, you have always the same part quality. So this is very important, that we are helping you to provide the right solutions for your application, for your part, that you can take it and work on it and be successful the next day. And the last one is, from our side, we need to make sure that we can do, together with our partner, education, consulting, customer support, technology, customization, and also very much key, strong technical service. These are the 3 elements we are working on. We're working on this the partner here, and I believe if you look on a global scale, that is also makes companies, industries on a global scale successful. And I would say the dominant industries at the moment on the globe are defense, are aerospace, likely maybe not now in Turkey here necessarily. Medical is also very big. And then you have also tooling and these kind of things. But we have 5-6 industries which are dominant, and I think we can repeat the same with you here in Turkey and with our partner Norm. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thanks, Markus. You know, we are Norm Holding and Norm 3D sites. What we are doing in Norm 3D sites, we are using EOS machines, and also we are selling EOS machines too, polymer and also metal site. You will see in half an hour later also are using machines in our shop floor, also tooling site. What we are making for the selling machine, we are not selling the machine only, we also give you a maintenance assistance. But that we have got a 2-person, one of them is dealing with the polymer side, one of them is dealing with the metal side. They are take this education from EOS, from Germany, and now they are going to our customer to give them a service. This service is coming from Turkish people. As I said to you, one of them is for polymer side, the other one is the metal side.
And maybe you can say something here as well, Piero. So what is important for EOS now having Norm as a partner? So what is the difference maybe to other partners? And the difference, in our opinion, is what I tried to say before. It's not now I go to a company and try to sell your machine. And if you don't buy a machine, I turn around and say, okay, good, then you can choose your whatever provider, etc. So just say, okay, and this is not the ability what we have here. So if, for instance, you do not want to invest in the technology right away or later on or not at all, but you still have need for 3D printing, you can, and we can together work on a solution, the same solution, but with the difference, it's not done by you. So you can outsource to supply chains, but why not taking Norm as a supplier, because they can produce on the machines your parts, and maybe you need to say more how long and how much you could scale, but that is a very big benefit for us to have both abilities, selling the machine to customer, fulfilling your needs, and if you say no, having a great supply chain opportunity with Norm to provide you the part instead. But maybe you can spend more time here and more words here.
Thanks, Markus. Yes. Sometimes the customer, let's say, don't have a budget, or our machine is not too expensive. First of all, it's good, really good, and the quality and the price is quite good. And sometimes the customer don't want to buy a machine. What they will do? At that time, in additive sites, also in our shop floor and factory, we can make the production according to your design, or we can make a scanner also. We can scan your parts and make the production in our additive site. Also, sometimes we have got some machines in our hands, but some parts needed a bigger size. At that time also we can talk with EOS team, and we can use EOS and the AMCM to make this production as a trial. After the serial production, we can buy the machine, or you can buy the machine. Only also in additive side, it's not important to make this additive manufacturing. This is semi-finished product. You need some extra operation, for example, turning, machining, heat treatment, or something like that, or coloring operation. Also, this can be done in Norm Holding side. You will see also our Norm machining factories, Norm tooling factories. We have got a lot of opportunities, we have got a lot of capability, so you can take the parts as a finished parts. Because this kind of the capability is not have in other companies, I know, in Turkey. So you may take the parts as a not semi-finished product. If you want, of course, you can take it semi-finished product, but you can take the parts with coloring operation, with machining operation, with heat treatment too. So additive side can provide you as a finished parts too.
Yeah, and maybe, I promise again, only 2-3 minutes. So end to end, what you can read here. So it's not, and this is, I just want to highlight, you know, when we do this, when we did, or the company did this eyewear frame here in 3D printing, it was not only the frame production in the printer, it was really the afterwards, the finishing, the polishing, the coloring of this part. And therefore we talk here about end to end more. And if you look on the entire Norm company, Norm group, you have a lot of abilities, especially also in the metal side, where you can add on to finalize the product. That you mean you can then also say, I want more than only the AM part, so they could produce more of your maybe final product, where they can also add value and help you to finalize your product. I think this is also very big value. And if you think one step forward, we could even go to the way and say, we could work on an optimization of a technology also at Norm, that we say we pull in here a machine, you have a certain use case, we work together on this use case, develop the application, develop the right material, we prove it, and then if that is done, then we ship it to your site, and then you can work on this machine with your use case and with the proven quality. And if we call it, we can talk about this more, and even if you're interested, we call it turnkey projects at EOS. And this ability we also have here doing together with Norm. And this is a big, big success, I can tell you, in North America. A lot of companies are doing that. And I'm sure we could do the same here together with Norm, with the ability what we have here in the country.
As a result, you can buy a machine because we are selling the machine. And also you can buy products from our production team. At exactly 100% finished products, you may take it. You don't need to do anything. We can do production, we can do finish operation, and also we can make all of the dimension or some mechanical control in our own facilities. You don't need to go another supplier to take this one.
And for me now the final word. So important is now for me, important is now for me
Really final word.
Yeah, the final word. Now, but the final word is now that we really make sure that you get the perfect service. So technical service, consulting service, sales support, that's really important. I mean, and I would not say we are now already 100% there, so we still have room to improve. But this will make the next few months that we feel all, and you can always tell us where we have improvement abilities, that you have at the end have a good product and a good local service and good local support. But that was not really my final word.
At the end, if you buy a machine from EOS and from Norm 3D, you don't buy a machine only. You buy also service. All of the service requirements can be bought from Norm side. Thanks.
Thank you very much, and talk to you later.